Las Vegas had seen legends rise and fall before, but on this night, the MGM Grand pulsed with something different. The air itself felt heavy, electric, as if history were leaning over the ropes, waiting to be claimed. Flags waved. Cameras flashed. Fans from opposite ends of the world packed into one arena, united by the promise of violence and greatness. This was not just another title fight. This was a crossroads. In one corner stood Manny Pacquiao, the people's champion, a man who had climbed from flyweight obscurity to global superstardom, carrying an entire nation on his back. 11 years earlier, he was a skinny teenager fighting for survival. Now, he stood on the brink of something unprecedented, a seventh world title in a seventh weight division. No fighter had ever traveled this far. No one had dared to test the limits of the human body like this. Across the ring waited Miguel Cotto, Puerto Rico's iron-hearted warrior, a true welterweight, thick, powerful, disciplined, a champion molded by pain and perseverance. Written off by the odds makers, labeled a near 3-1 underdog, Cotto wore that doubt like armor. He had been here before, he had been hurt before, and he had always found a way to rise. The crowd roared as both men made their ring walks. Pacquiao's face was calm, almost smiling, as if the chaos fueled him. Cotto's eyes burned with focus, jaw clenched, shoulders tight. He wasn't here to be part of history. He was here to stop it. When the referee called them together, the instructions Pacquiao's face. The sound echoed through the arena. The crowd gasped. That wasn't a warning shot. That was a statement. Another jab landed, then another. Pacquiao's head snapped back again. For the first time in years, the speedster from the Philippines felt the full force of a true welterweight. Cotto pressed forward with confidence, cutting off the ring, digging left hooks into the body, reminding Pacquiao that this division came with consequences. Pacquiao didn't panic. He didn't rush. He studied. He circled. But the aggression he usually brought in the opening rounds was missing. The power had earned respect. Cotto's timing was impeccable, his footwork measured, his presence commanding. This was championship boxing, controlled violence. Pacquiao fired back in short bursts, landing quick combinations before darting away, but the round belonged to the man in white. As the bell ended the first 3 minutes, it was clear. Miguel Cotto had arrived prepared, dangerous, and determined. The underdog narrative felt premature. This was not a mismatch. This was a fight. Round two brought adjustments. Pacquiao began to release his hands with more freedom, not reckless, but precise. Three-punch flurries appeared, then vanished. Angles emerged where none existed before. Cotto still pressed forward, jabbing and working the body, but the speed difference began to flicker like lightning between storms. Pacquiao's feet told the story. In, out, left, right, never still. Cotto landed power shots, but he had to work harder for them now. Pacquiao's combinations came faster than the eye could follow, forcing Cotto to reset again and again. By round three, the rhythm shifted completely. Pacquiao stepped in behind a fluid combination, body to head, and landed a clean left hand. The impact was sudden, violent. Miguel Cotto went down. The arena erupted. Flags waved wildly. The impossible suddenly felt real. Cotto rose quickly, pride burning in his eyes, shaking off the knockdown as if to deny its significance. He fired back with heavy counters, refusing to surrender momentum. But something had changed. Pacquiao now knew. He could hurt him. Confidence transformed Pacquiao. His attacks grew sharper, more purposeful. He no longer darted away immediately. He lingered just long enough to punish. Cotto tried switching stances, going southpaw in moments of desperation, searching for angles. Cotto fought on with courage that could not be questioned. He pressed forward, landing body shots, jabbing, trying to force Pacquiao into exchanges. And Manny accepted, but on his own terms. He stood his ground, absorbed shots, and answered with speed and volume that overwhelmed the senses. This was no longer about tactics. This was erosion. This was dominance. Rounds 8 and 9 felt like a countdown. Pacquiao unleashed sustained barrages, forcing Cotto to the ropes, trapping him, punishing him. The referee watched closely. The corner watched anxiously. The crowd waited. Cotto fought with pride, refusing to quit, but the writing was clear. This was no longer a contest. It was a systematic breakdown. Pacquiao's punches weren't wild. They were surgical, measured, endless.